Listen to that band rip. Don't we have one of the better bands out there?
I think we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we recorded this in Eric's garage a couple weeks ago. And Eric jamming on the bass there.
Yeah, how about that, huh?
Yeah. Very good. Very good.
And we're back.
You didn't know Eric had this kind of talent. All right, everybody. We're back. Round 2. With the MLB draft, the first 70 picks wrapped up, and the Giants had 3 selections. And according to the experts, even as far as Jim Callis going as far as saying he picked the Giants as having the best draft so far of the first of all 30 teams, each MLB panelist picked a team. Harold Reynolds picked the Mariners. What's the guy's name? I always forget his name. The guy with the big hair, the guy that's the lead guy. The guy on MLB. Anyway, he's the lead guy, and I always forget his name.
Amsinger?
Yeah. He went with Miami. One of the other panelists that was not on the big stage panel, the ones that were doing something, said Miami as well. But Jim Callis said the Giants. And look, they got 2 guys in their 52nd and 69th pick. Los, what were they rated? 30th, 37?
Walker Martin was rated the 30th best prospect, and the pitcher was rated 37. So to get them at 52 and 69, at least on paper, pretty decent value. Their first round pick, their first round pick they took at 16, I think, was ranked 23rd. So I mean, just from a numbers point of view, the last 2 guys were a little bit better value, but we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. It's all speculation right now at this point.
This kid, the people that picked the drafts, Callis and Mayo. What's the guy's first name?
Oh, yeah, Mayo. John. I think it's he's an MLB guy, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he in his mock draft, he had Walker Martin going 30th. The kid hit 20 home runs in 29 ball games. In Colorado. Yeah, and you could say Colorado air and all that stuff, but 20 home runs in 29 games is 20. That tells you the guy could hit. The Braves were very interested in him.
Yeah, he could put the barrel on the bat, it seems like.
Yeah, a guy that can hit.
Did I say the barrel on the bat? He could put the barrel on the ball.
The bat, yeah. He was also
with the 52nd pick
hold
of the
on.
2020.
Whoa, hey!
Hold on here. Come on. I wanted to hear his stats. I think he had batted like 6 something this year in high school. You know who? He's a left-handed bat. You know what's funny is Harold Reynolds said, he goes, I hate to put this comp on him, and I'm not saying he's going to be this guy, but that's what he said. He goes, he looks, and then you look at his picture, he looks like Chipper Jones. Look at this kid.
There you go. Yeah, he's got the look.
But he looks like Chipper Jones. And he's a big kid. Shortstop. And this is when Chipper Jones was talking about, Harold Reynolds. Got a really good bat. You never know, though. It's high school, and competition is not always as great. So we'll see. But the fact that he hit what he did is pretty remarkable. Hitting at 20 homers, I said. Let's see. Let me see if they flash his stats up here. I thought they did when I was watching it. Let me see if they put him up. I didn't see it there, darn it. But and then the kid Whitman, Joe Whitman, was they said the Braves were looking at him at 24. They said so.
He's polished.
Yeah, he's more
He's a
polished.
polished
Yeah,
guy.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on one sec.
He
I'll be
was
right
one
back.
of the better.
Sure. All right, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
he was one of the better.
gonna keep it real here, guys. None of us know who these picks are, really. I mean, honestly, unless someone's really deep into the draft. I mean, there's a lot of high schools in this nation, and there's no way none of us can understand whether or not this is a strong class. And in the same instance, we can't tell whether this is going to be a weak class. The only thing we have up to this point is we know what the picks are. The scouts seem to like them, and we'll see how it pans out. We have absolutely no idea how these guys are going to pan out. When they drafted Hunter Bishop, everyone said, this is a great pickup. The guy is constantly hurt, had Tommy John. Will Bednar, he's going to be a great pitcher. Yeah, but you can't. I mean, it's hard. You have kind of a baseline of what you think is going to happen. And of course you have your projections, but until they start getting into the minor leagues, seeing how they perform against other minor leaguers in their same class and see where they go, that's the only time we're going to know whether or not it's a strong class or a weak class.
Baseball may be the hardest sport to really predict what drafts players are going to do, because
you don't know.
The MLB draft is not like college football or basketball where they're straight into the pros. It's not like that with baseball.
No.
Yeah, it takes a while for development.
Right. Everyone could sit there and say he's going to look great, but
yeah. And then, we also know that in the minor leagues that sometimes coaches start tinkering with guys, and, sometimes it makes them better. Sometimes it makes them worse.
You just don't know.
There's a long road ahead.
Yep.
Yeah. But I'm from what I saw, looked decent. I really like the pitcher. He looks, like I said, a college guy, a little bit more polished. One of the better college pitchers in the draft. Like that he's a lefty.
Yeah, senior makes a good point. These kids play against each other. They're showcased all the time. They're not.
But when you get to the major leagues, it's a totally different level, though. Everyone understands that. But, when you're playing at your level, I get that. But once you're up to the big leagues, how is this kid going to face someone like Spencer Strider, who will still be in the league, or Sandy Alcantara? You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different than playing against Joe Schmo in high school. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that it's bad or good. We just don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's up to these kids between. Yeah, go ahead, Danny.
You go off of projections, your scouts, and you look to see how they fared against higher competition. Joe Whitman got to play in the Cape and did well in the Cape. Anytime you can do well in the Cape,
that's true.
That kind of bodes.
Well, Bart played well in the Cape too.
Yeah, I'm not done with Bart. I think Bart
just on a different trajectory. That's all it is.
Just forget about Joey Bart being a superstar. He could be a really good backup catcher. And if you got this, is why I would never trade Joey Bart right now. Not for nothing. I would not trade Joey Bart for just to trade him for a can of corn, because you have a very difficult time finding solid backup catchers in the. Look at what how many we dealt with. Austin Wynns, and who else? Who was the other backup catcher we had the other year?
Wynns.
We've had so many.
Sanchez.
Well, he never made it up to the Giants, but just
no. I'm talking about the Sanchez from the past.
Oh yeah. But I mean, Casale was okay. Casale was a veteran, but I'm talking. Casale's a good backup catcher, but Bart
Eli Whiteside.
Eli Whiteside. Oh, who was the other guy?
But the guy that was like 20. The guy that was 28 years old with gray hair.
Yeah.
How about Papirski?
Yeah.
So Austin Wynns, come on. The guy is, he's 4A, and that's why he's just hardly ever played in the big leagues until recently. He's not a bad backstop, but I'll tell you what, Joey Bart, you give me Joey Bart
Andrew Susak, good one,
and let him. If Bailey ever went down, on an IL stint, having Joey Bart is not a bad deal.
Yeah.
Now hold on. Now did not Jeff Young say that the Giants got to do something with Bart by sometime in July?
No. He just said that they would be out of options, which means they can't send him down next year. Or they bring him up this year,
and they can't send him back down.
They
right?
can't send him.
Yeah.
They can't send him back down without putting him through waivers. So,
did you guys notice that MLB has this new rule that if you promote a prospect and he does really well, that you get a compensation pick?
Yeah, that's what Dan
Like
was talking
Seattle
about.
got-
that's what I was talking about
Seattle
earlier this afternoon.
Oh, okay.
The 29th pick
definitely.
came because Julio Rodriguez was promoted day one and he got Rookie of the Year. So
maybe that'll change the Giants' philosophies about that.
Well, no,
that's why they're holding.
That's why they're holding Harrison back.
Yeah,
so that he could be Rookie of the Year maybe next year.
Exactly. Set that time clock back.
Yeah, if he's still a rookie, if he does not up on the roster for 60 full days. Well, if you bring him up in early August and you keep him for the full season, he's under 60 days. Season ends October 2nd or something. So 1st or 2nd. So you can bring up Kyle Harrison around the 5th of August and have him on your roster for 58 days. And he's still a rookie going forward next year. So that is what may be going on with the Giants. But let's dive into some of these picks here because, like I said, Jim Callis had Walker Martin going 37 to the Tigers. He had Joe Whitman Mayo had Joe Whitman going 39 to the A's. So Callis had Joe Whitman going 36 to the Dodgers. Giants got him at 69.
Why do you think he fell off so bad?
I have no idea. I don't think it's anything like, health issues or.
Because usually in the NFL, if someone drops that much, there's an issue, right?
Yeah, it's either character issue
right.
or injury or something like that. I think a lot of people just went for high school kids this year. A lot of high school players picked today. So the fact that they were able to get a pitcher of, Sean Jelly was a 2nd round pick years ago out of Kentucky. He's not really shown much, but lefties are
good question, premium. Mario. I don't know why Gonzalez dropped.
Lefties are a premium.
Yeah.
Why did Gonzalez drop in the 1st round? Which Gonzalez?
We were talking about that. The Jacob one
from Mississippi State. Oh, shortstop. Sometimes there's just a team has a need, and or maybe didn't really scout him because they didn't think he'd be there, or felt like they narrowed in on 2 or 3 guys they really like, and when it came their turn and Gonzalez was still on the board, they went past him. But he didn't go that far. He went to what, 20? 21? Where'd he go?
Oh no, he went right before. Didn't he?
He went to the White Sox.
The Giants. He went to the White Sox.
Yeah, that's right. He went to the White Sox
because we thought maybe he dropped to the Giants, maybe because you were talking about it.
Yeah. So so we'll see. I mean,
Los, did you see who Baltimore picked right after the Giants?
I was in the car, so I didn't see.
It was Enrique. When I got to the
restaurant, I saw. Yeah,
Enrique
got to the restaurant.
Enrique
went right after, and Dan about lost it, man. It was.
When I got to the restaurant,
Eric, you need to clip this. You got to clip this, Eric.
I was a little ticked. I mean, I didn't know a ton about the kid they did draft, and I'm okay with them drafting. I just think whenever you get a chance to draft a speedy center fielder that can control Oracle Park, the center field. I mean, it's a huge, huge stadium. I mean, it's probably what, second biggest outfield up next to Colorado in
Or
the
Astros
majors.
too.
I mean, it's huge.
Yeah.
That Triples Alley. It's such the way that, and if you can have a guy that gets it, can save you a lot of runs and can steal bases. I guess the concern with Bradfield is his sophomore year was really good with the bat, and then he kind of regressed a little bit this past season. And there's some concern, will his bat play with major league pitching? Will he get up? But, one of the traits he has that I thought would play with the Giants and Farhan is he walks a lot and he gets on base. He's got over 400 on base percentage, walks more than he strikes out. So,
maybe in fairness to the Giants, they think they already have that player in Matos. I don't know.
Well, yeah,
Guy,
or possibly Von Brown.
Go get it.
Could be Von Brown.
McRae.
Yeah.
And so they went for power, which I'm okay. Hey, they need power.
Hey, before I left, I said I wanted a tall first baseman that had power. Jesus, 6'7", he could play on the Warriors.
Yeah, you're cutting out.
That is a tall kid.
Your mic keeps cutting out every.
It doesn't cut out. It lags. That's all it's doing. It's just there's a little bit of a lag. Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Oh, okay. It's not cutting out.
Because what happens, you'll talk a little bit and you hear nothing, Los, and then all of a sudden it starts talking and then it picks right up. It
goes through. It's a new mic, so it's more like probably internet.
Yeah, it's an internet thing.
Everything looks good so far. All right. I was watching highlights of the kid when I got back, and for a tall guy, he's got a very level. The ball just flies off his bat.
And how about this? How about we just focus on that? Focus on his hitting ability. Get him to the major league level. Don't worry about the damn pitching.
He can throw an inning or two here and there. Yeah. I mean, they say he throws 96.
Yeah, so. Yeah, I said that too. Yeah, it's great. He could throw hard. Doesn't mean you're going to be a pitcher. You see that delivery? Right. I mean, that's pretty awkward.
Yeah, they might need to work with mechanics with him, definitely. But
I'd rather, if they're going to spend time, I want him to develop his bat. Because that's what the Giants going to need.
I agree. Because that's what they need, a power hitting first baseman. And they said he's pretty good with the glove too. So we'll see.
Yeah, and he's one of the things about him is he's hold on a second. I'll let it go. Or my dog's jumping around out there. He was I made a comment earlier about Virginia. I didn't realize, Virginia has a lot of really good ball players come out of Virginia, and he was player of the year in Virginia. So
that was another thing. You mentioned that player of the year. Did you realize that that kid Walker Wynn was the Gatorade player of the year for Colorado?
Yeah.
And that first kid, Eldridge, was the Virginia Gatorade player of the year.
Right. Yeah. Not Walker Wynn. What was his first name?
Yeah, Walker Wynn was
Walker Martin.
Walker Martin.
Walker Martin. My bad.
All right. I'm going to see if I can. Are we able to turn down sound from?
I don't know. I'd be careful.
Highlights.
I don't know.
I wanted to play some of his highlights. You know what? I'm going to play him and watch him first, and then before I share it.
If it's just a little bit, I guess it's not so bad.
Two left-handed hitters and a left-handed pitcher.
Spencer, it's not going to happen. Sorry, buddy.
One thing I like about the guy, he's got some. He's got some. What's the word I want to say? He's got some fire. He's got some fire. Yeah, he gets fired up when he hits. You're
talking about the first round pick?
Yeah, Bryce Eldridge.
No.
The other thing I like about him is he's 6'7", but he's got a short swing.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to hear.
He doesn't have a huge swing.
If he's got a loopy swing.
He's got a nice swing.
Yeah, I like his swing.
Okay. I don't know how to.
Let's get Will Clark to work with him.
Is there a way to mute the sound when I play it?
Should be. There should be a speaker with a.
Oh, yeah. All right. I'm going to play these because this had somebody's music that would probably flex. So hold on. Let me get this right here. Present, share screen. Yikes, share screen. Do.
Dan, you know they have the Major League Combine. They have it here in Arizona, and that kid
All right, here we
put on
go.
a hitting display.
Watch when he rounds third on one of these. He's got some real swag, which I like. Here it is. USA. Yes. USA. That was
that was a walk-off, huh?
This must be the cape where it says A's. That's him at first. See, his swing is not this long loopy for his tall guy.
And maybe fix that leg kick a little bit. Shorten it up a little.
That's his timing
mechanism. Yeah, it
mechanism.
is, but it's sometimes when you got a big one like that.
He has a big strike zone at 6'7".
It's not that big.
See, that one's better. That was better. That was better.
Wow, he's got some power.
Yep.
I'm okay with that.
Oh, let me see if I can make this bigger. There we go.
That was a breaking ball down and in.
Yeah, AB says a Bellinger swing.
That's a decent comparison.
What were they comping him to? The quote unquote experts. What were they comping him?
Projecting him to he was about 20 to 25.
Well, I mean, as a player comp.
Oh, player comp. They had him as Barry Bonds.
No.
No.
Oh, see, there's a little toe tap there. That's not so bad. Yeah, see?
No, he's pitching.
Oh, I'm watching the guy hit.
That's not as bad of a delivery there. The first one we saw today was.
Like I said, mechanics, just get to work with him.
He's got a decent curve. Got some movement on it.
Heck yeah. When you're 6'7", you should get a lot of break, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I
like him more than I did 3 hours ago.
Yeah, they're actually showing more here.
This is the batting. This is the batting practice I saw. This is at Chase Field. They have a combine here every year, like they do the football combine in Indianapolis. They have it here in Arizona at Chase.
I like his swing that it's not so loopy.
No, it's not.
Look how quick it. I mean, it's short and compact.
It is.
This is what I saw when I got home was his BP at Chase, and I wanted to see if he had a big swing for a tall guy, but it's short and the ball jumps off of his bat.
What's nice at 6'7", he's got some room to fill into that. And
he's going to fill
and he's
out.
Not super. He's not like
he's not skinny.
He's not skinny like Wimbiana or the kid that went to OKC.
He's all limbs though.
What's the kid that went to OKC in basketball from Gonzaga? Drawing a blank on.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Gosh, I just said it the other day. Anyway, that guy got, he got hurt. So let me stop that. Let me see if I'll pull up. I think I can pull up some more stuff of him. Let me see.
He didn't look like a high school kid in that batting cage, did he?
Oh, they say he looked like a monster. He's a big kid, and he looks like a good kid from when I saw him celebrate with his family. Looks like a lot of family support.
Channeling his inner Dr. Disrespect. He looks just like him.
I'm not sharing the screen right now, am I?
No, you're good.
Okay.
I believe he's 210 now, so he could easily fill out to 225.
Yeah. And not be so much of a drastic. Yeah.
How tall is Ohtani? 6'6"?
He's pretty tall.
Something like that.
Yeah, because Ohtani's big dude.
Okay.
Not comparing him to him, but
6'7", 222.
Oh, he's 222.
222.
Ooh. Yeah, he's a big kid for 18. Look at that. He may be,
maybe all right.
He may be something to really get excited about.
Where do you think they start him? What level?
They'll start him probably in San Jose. Probably in somewhere in Arizona. No, they won't start him in Eugene. He'll start somewhere in a little like a rookie league at first, and then maybe by next year he's at San Jose.
They comp him to McCovey.
According
so what?
to softball games, interesting. Let me see if his rotate. Okay, this little guy doesn't look like he has a shot up there against him, does it?
I can't
Look
wait.
at that stance.
Danny,
Look at that kid's stance.
Ooh.
Oh, he got hit.
Ouch.
Did he get hit? Maybe not. I thought
Maybe
he did.
Did it hit the bat? Or is this all? We're not playing this over again, are we?
Is that the same guy? He's number 24 here.
He's out.
I can't wait to see him face Enrique Bradfield at the big league level.
He's got a little command issues with his. Throwing that far outside is going to need some work.
If he pitches, that's the bonus. Like Eric says, let's focus on. I think hitting. From what I heard from the experts, hitting. He's a better hitter than a pitcher right now. We'll see what happens with his development, but if he gives us anything pitching, that's gravy.
See, that's some. That's some wild.
See, I would rather.
He's overthrowing.
I just don't. The last thing I want to see happen is him be a pitcher, get fucking TJ, and then he's out for a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you can get hurt.
Because that's the risk. That's the risk with
yeah. He's got a lot of command.
But, that's 2 straight years. Their first round pick is a 2-way player. They might. But
at least this one, like I said, at least this one isn't recovering from Tommy John, so that's a good thing. Big curve, but missed.
Yeah, these balls will get hammered in the big leagues. But 4 years from now,
could be different.
6, 7.
Yep. Ohtani had TJ. Exactly.
There's a lot of time to develop there. I mean, the thing is if he develops faster, let's say as a hitter, and his pitching lags behind, it's kind of tough to bring a guy up who's ready to hit major league pitching, but he's not ready to pitch. When do you pitch him?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And what if his bat develops more than his,
that's what I just said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So if the pitching may be behind, you're not going to be able to pitch at the big league level if you're ready to be called up because you're smacking the ball all around.
Right.
If your pitching pitching is like A ball level but your hitting is major league ready, that probably ends the experiment until the next off season.
Yeah. And along the same lines, what if this guy's crushing the ball? He comes out the pitch, blows out his arm, and now you lost the bat out of the lineup as well.
Yeah.
Damn, he's 6'7" at 18. How big are his parents?
Yeah. So this is
where is he from originally? Is he from Virginia?
I guess so, yeah. Let me go ahead and move that. I'll pull up something else here and we'll check. I
think I read somewhere this is the first time that Virginia has had a first round pick since 2005.
Really?
That's what I think I was reading.
Interesting. Well, let's take.
Good point, Erico. Good point.
Yeah, about the Ohtani thing. Yeah.
Well, they know they can't get him, so they keep drafting 2-way players.
Most dominant player in Colorado, Walker Martin. Let's see.
Have any highlights? Have any highlights?
Yeah, I'm going to pull something up here.
He's got a sweet stroke.
Let's see if they've got. Okay, let's see how old these are. Let's pull this up. Let me make sure the volume's turned down. And we'll do this. We'll do this. And here you guys able to see that? Is that full screen now?
No,
these might not.
Yeah. We're good.
These might
There
not
you
be
go.
the greatest highlights because they look like they're videoed from somebody's phone.
Yeah, there's a distance. There ain't no zoom on this.
Yeah, this is probably another home run, it looks like.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
So he's up to the plate, lefty. There goes another
Went
shot.
the other way with it.
Yeah, hit 20 of them this year. But, who's pitching? Look, I mean.
Yeah.
Now going back to our first round guy, he committed to Alabama.
Correct.
But if he gets the right signing bonus, then he'll obviously.
Yeah,
go to the Giants.
they'll sign him. They're not going to waste a draft pick if they haven't figured out what it's going to take to sign him. Giants have done pretty well signing their players that they draft. Here's the Major League profile. Let's take a look at that. That'll give us a little bit more from without this content is not available for your package or region. What are we talking about? Okay, what the heck? All right, so
he was 6'2", 185. Like he was a lanky kid, but had pretty good pop, and they compared him to Chipper as far as body type. And he's a shortstop.
Yeah, let's pull up. Excuse me. Let's pull up Joe Whitman's stats here. He's got some stuff on Baseball Reference already.
Was it my imagination, or did it seem like there were so many shortstops taken today?
Tons, yeah.
Jesus,
Tons.
like every other pick, shortstop, shortstop, shortstop.
All right, here's Joe Whitman at the NCAA 2A level, playing in the Big Ten at 19 with Purdue. Not a bad ERA, 13.5.
Yeah.
No.
Got better. He got better in Holly Springs.
Yeah, 2 innings pitched, and then he went to Holly Springs. It went up to 16.8. Yeah, he got kind of rocked there. Purdue, 3.2. Okay, let's look at some decent in 20 innings pitched, 22 thirds at Lake Shore in 2022, 22 hits. So he's given up a hit an inning, 7 runs, 19 strikeouts.
3 walks. That's good.
3 walks. Okay, so some good control. Let's look at Kent State this year.
You know what catches my eye about the Kent State stats? 81 innings pitched, only
and 100.
That, and he only gave up 2 homers in 81 innings.
Yeah,
and 29 walks against 100 strikeouts. Yeah, that's good.
That's a very good ratio.
10 hit
good.
10 hit by pitch though. That's like,
ooh.
That's
yeah.
I wonder what happened there. Maybe he's got a little attitude.
I noticed in his highlights he comes inside. He throws inside.
Okay.
I saw a few strikeouts where he throws inside, which is good.
Okay, at the Cape Cod League, in 22, he had a 1.59 ERA, 5 2/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 2 base on balls, 5 strikeouts. This year at the Cape Cod League, 1-0 with 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 9 strikeouts. Yeah, that's pretty impressive for the. If you do that at Cape Cod League, you that's doing pretty well. So something that he can develop. Guys like that. He's 21. May be here in 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Whereas a high school kid, you're looking at maybe 4 to 5. So I think it'll be interesting to see where they put them on their prospect list.
Yeah.
Where do they fall?
How long do they have to take before they could sign or do whatever they want? Is it a certain time frame?
I believe so. I don't know what it is. But they've got college commitment. So if they don't sign them, kids, those 2 kids are going to college, the first 2 picks. So a lot of times a team will draft like let's say they wanted to draft the kid out of Arizona. What was his name? Davis? Chase Davis or something?
Oh, Chase Davis, the one that's from Elk Grove.
Yeah, or the kid from Vandy, the outfielder, Bradfield. Let's say they've talked to them and they realize that it's going to cost them more to sign them because they're not going to take under slot.
Right.
Because they're a junior, and they're like, I'm not going back to college. I'm not taking under slot. You're paying me whatever you draft me at. They get that feeling from the player. They sometimes will go and pick a guy that they know that will sign for underslot because then that allows them to what they did with Harrison the other year. They drafted in the first round. Who did they? Was Bailey? Wait, what year did they draft Bailey? 2020?
2020.
So they drafted. No, it wasn't Bailey. Who was their first pick?
In 2019?
The year they got Harrison, because they got Schmidt second. They got Harrison in 2020.
With Bailey and Schmidt.
Third. Okay, so they took Bailey, and then they took Schmidt, and they were able to get those guys a little bit under value, and then they paid Harrison a third-round pick because he was committed to UCLA, and they were able to pay him more like closer to first-round money to get him to get out of his commitment of going to UCLA. So
that may be what they have to do with this kid.
Well, it's possible. Alabama, right? But it's possible they picked him because they already know what they can sign him for and what they can sign the other kids for.
Right.
I think the kid Martin was going to Arkansas. Maybe I think that's where he was going. One was going to Alabama. The first pick, Bryce Eldridge, and so he said his favorite player growing up, because he grew up in the D.C. area, Virginia, he said it was Bryce Harper. And he said when he was like 9 or 10, they both hit 3 home runs the same day. And he got, Bryce Harper was his guy. And he said he modeled his swing after Harper.
Man, how old are we when freaking players are referencing, I watched Bryce Harper when I was a kid. What in the hell, man? Wow.
Now, Dan, are these guys too young of prospects to play in the fall league this upcoming year in Arizona?
Yeah, they won't.
So you need a few years under your belt before you get to that?
Yeah, they usually put guys in the fall league that they're looking at to make some kind of impression on them before they make decisions on them.
I have yet to go to a game down here for that. I want to do that.
Oh,
this year.
It'll be fun. I'll swing over your way. You can swing over mine.
Yeah,
I love to. There's nobody out there.
Where do they play the games at?
In the minor league stadiums.
Okay.
Like they'll play. I believe they play in 6 stadiums. I think they play some in the Giants in Scottsdale.
Salt River.
Maybe Salt River. I'm trying to remember where they were.
Hopefully it's October or November when it cools down.
It is. It's let me see what was the day I interviewed. Let me look at my photos and see. I can tell you when
come down to AZ, Eric, in the fall.
I lived there for a while. That was back in 1994 to 1997.
The fall, not the summer.
Yeah, I was there. I love the fall. That was the best time of the year.
Yeah.
I met Graves out at a ball game last year, the Arizona Fall League. Let's see, that was. Let me see. When did I see?
No, I'm not in Arizona. I'm in California. Safi, real quick, what is going on in Elk Grove? They're pushing out a lot of MLB players. It's interesting. There's something going on over there. They must have a hell of a program. Seeing a lot of guys coming out of Elk Grove.
Oh, the Fall League starts right during the playoffs. October 7th, I interviewed Matos last year.
So that would be something like McRae and Von Braun would play in more than likely.
I don't know. Von Brown, possibly, if they feel like they would do Von Brown if he didn't get in a full season. Like Matos played because he got hurt last year, didn't get to play, and they wanted to get him some more bats against some better competition. They had like 6 Giants. I think they can send 6 or 7 players roughly per team. Luciano could be a fall league guy this season. Yeah, definitely. Blake Sable was fall league last year.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Some other guys that have played down here in the fall league, Pete Alonso in the past. Some big names, but yeah. So let's see. What do we got in the chat? What's everybody saying? Don't know why Davis fell much. Yeah, Arson Eldridge. There we go. Yeah, championship game used to be at Scottsdale Stadium. I believe it was there last year. Or the All-Star game. I'm not sure if it was a championship or they had the All-Star game over there. Which is always kind of cool. Pretty amazing that the Matos went from the Arizona Fall League and Eugene all the way to the big leagues this year.
Yeah.
It can
hell
happen.
of a leap.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Will says it used to be every team's top 6 prospects. It's really who they want to send and who they want to, like, they sent guys last year that were the catcher Sagusti. They sent, I'm going to look at their guys they sent last year. They weren't all that, the top prospects from last year. So let me see what they had. The fall league last year.
Mark Gray says Logan Wyatt was there last year.
That's right, Logan. I'm trying to remember them all. They were the Scottsdale Scorpions. I'm trying to remember the roster. Here we go. Let's see who the Giants sent. Okay, so wait a minute. This didn't give me anything. You're not giving me last year's. You're just giving me the future. Okay. Oh, Jordan Walker was in the fall league last year for the Cardinals. Jordan Lawler, the shortstop of the D-backs. Nolvi Marte, shortstop of the Reds. He was a big acquisition in the trade for the pitcher of the Mariners. Castillo. Luis. What the heck? Why am I drawing?
Yeah, you had it. Castillo.
Castillo. Yeah. So Robert Hassel III, he was in the Juan Soto trade. Let's see.
Beatty from the Mets, according to Mark Graves.
Yeah. Let's see who.
Some real decent talent.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. You see some pretty good players.
Not as crowded as spring training.
Not at all. There's only like 100 people out there.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's great. You could.
Do they actually surf? Do they actually have the concession stands open for that?
They do.
People?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, I'm there.
And you could talk to the scouts.
Oh, I'm really there. Beer and some nachos with Dan and talking to scouts all day.
Yeah, and talking to guys with the radar.
78 degrees. Come on down, Eric.
Yeah.
It could still be 90 around then.
Oh, I can deal with that. I lived up in Napa. It was hot up there in the summer.
Yeah. So I was trying to find. Dang, I just can't seem to pull.
But to Eric's point, every team that drafted today feels good about their draft.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So
That's just
and
how it
tomorrow-
is. Yep.
and they're going 20 rounds now, right? I think I saw
I'm
they
not
go
sure.
I can't
total of-
remember. They reduced it a lot. It used to be like
Yeah,
546 or something like that.
Yeah, it was 40 rounds, or I
They used
think
to go.
Mike
They used to go 70 rounds. Mike Piazza was like 66 round or something like that.
that is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's
So-
cool. Will said he was able to talk to Bobby Evans and Dick Tidrow after a spring training game for a good 15, 20 minutes. Nice.
Dick Tidrow, I heard a lot of great things about
Yeah.
him. Real good
Yep.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dick
Ned likes
Tidrow,
him a lot.
Oh,
yeah.
did anyone catch the war room for the Yankees? Did anyone spot Sabian in there?
Didn't see it. No,
No.
didn't see it.
No. Because
Just
isn't that
not-
he's kind of doing something with scouting with them, right? If I'm not mistaken. Who did the Yankees pick?
Can't remember.
I didn't see.
I think it was Johnny Turpentine.
You sure it wasn't Eddie? What did you say? Eddie Zaidi?
Eddie Zaidi was going to be the name.
Oh man.
Eddie Zaidi and Johnny Bear.
Oh,
Next-
When
man.
they showed the Giants war room, was the great invisible man Pete Pachulia there?
Someone
Yes.
said they saw
Yep,
him. Yeah.
I saw
So
him.
I don't even know what the guy looks like because he's never front and center.
Lombard, who the Yankees took, shortstop.
Shortstop
I
Lombard.
did. Yeah, Marco tells us there. Yeah,
Thank you, Mark.
I did.
Thanks, El Scorpio.
I met Pete Pachulia, talked to him several times. Well, ran into him 2 or 3 times last year at the winter meetings, and yeah, never saw anybody from the Giants except Pete Pachulia.
Have you seen him in spring training?
No, I did not see him in spring training.
Because I've never seen Farhan at spring training. GMs usually are there for a game or a few weeks or so, but I don't know.
Let's see who else was. I know Adrian Segusti. Let's see who the. It's going to be interesting here. Once they get these guys signed, it usually takes a week or two. Then they.
They'll be forgot about until next year, and then when they start seeing what they do.
But it'll be interesting to see when they do the prospects where they put these guys.
That's the only thing that sucks. And to your point, Los, like after these guys are drafted, as far as the marketing, you don't hear about them for years. You know, and then with NBA and football, they're the talk of the town.
Wonder if that kid shortstop. They've got 2 kids that they've got. Ryan Reckley, who's a shortstop, projected another until 27, and then Rainer Arias 28. I'm sure these 2 kids today, the first 2 picks, they're kind of probably projected right around 27, 28 is my guess too. That would put 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. That could get you guys, but there's just so much that happens in baseball. I mean, look at Hunter Bishop.
Yeah,
Guys
exactly.
Was 10th
Will
overall
Bednar,
pick.
same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go down the list. That's just recent.
Christian
Yeah.
Arroyo.
Yeah, Christian Arroyo.
Yeah, they will. Senior makes a good point. We'll get a chance to see him if you want to go watch him. I'll go watch these guys play in the rookie league this year. They'll be here. Yeah, there's so much baseball here in Arizona.
So what's first, the fall league or the rookie league?
Well, I'm not sure
Or
the
together.
dates of the rookie league. When is it? I know the fall league starts like right the first week of October. But the rookie league seems to go on longer.
That'll be a funny interview if we interview Eldridge for the first time, Danny. I could just see it now. Both of us looking up at him. How you doing, Mr. Eldridge? We weren't crazy about you when we first picked you, to be perfectly honest. Welcome to the Giants.
Arizona.
Looking up at him at 6'7".
Your pitching motion sucks.
Yeah.
Eric's not a fan of your pitching motion.
We'll see what happens. I could be totally
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
I think they call it the Arizona Complex League now, I believe. It's called the Complex League.
You know, it's funny when Lincecum got drafted, people didn't like that draft pick because his motion was so funky. Remember that? He had just a funky pitching motion that you just don't say, and he was so
Supposedly
small.
Dick Tidrow
Turned
was
out to be one of the
very high on him. I think other
Who?
teams want Dick Tidrow. He was the reason why.
Oh yeah,
he was.
yeah. I know.
Sabian told the story about it on KMB. I can't remember how it went, but it was like incognito in how they got Lincecum because they thought he was going to go quick.
A lot of people liked him, but then some others were like, "Oh my God, he's 160 pounds, dripping wet, and look at that motion. He's going to get hurt." And he was one of the best Giant pitchers of all time. So you never know.
You know who you probably could get on the show, Dan? Who does? He likes to go on the radio a lot. He might. I don't know. Is Tim Lincecum's dad, Chris Lincecum?
Oh yeah,
he used to go on KMBR all the time.
Interesting.
That would be interesting to hear stories about good old Timmy.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Salt Lake beat the River Cats today 3-0. See if anybody did anything on the offensive end. Not much when you don't score.
I took a look at all the box scores and all the.
Nobody did anything. Oh, but the new left Jack Larson, everybody got a hit. Jack Larson, that's the guy to look out for.
I looked at the box scores on all the minor leagues,
but
and it wasn't a good day for the Giants.
Not a bad day for Keaton Wynn. 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 3 strikeouts. That's not bad in Salt Lake City in the thin air. Yeah. He threw 65 pitches, 43 strikes. So I'll take that kind of an outing. Nothing happened significantly in Double-A today, you said?
No. Kind of ugly.
What did they lost 6-1 to Bowie. Bowie. The Bowie Bay Sox.
Yeah, yeah. Is it Bowie or Bowie?
Bowie.
It's late October at NorCal Sports Network, and what will be the first topic? 49ers football or Arizona Fall League?
Oh, yeah. Giants. According to Rothberg, we've got the story already. It's the Giants World Series.
Oh, yeah. How could I forget?
Hey, I forget. Yeah, Los.
You're right.
Come on.
You're
we'll
right.
Be on here doing Giants World Series. Now, there it is. Mark Graves. Thank you. Will Bednar. Hunter Dula. Yeah. Tyler Merrick. Carson Wisenhunt. That's right. Wisenhunt was there. He didn't do all that great last year. Sagosti, Andy Thomas, and Matos were in the Fall League. Thomas and Sagusti are catchers.
If the Giants have a deep playoff run, will Greg Dayton show up in the chat?
Yeah.
Inquiring minds want to know.
He will.
Yeah, he will.
Oh, their offense is horrible. They got shut down by freaking
yeah, whatever it may be.
Spencer Strider shut them down. What's wrong with them? Can't they hit 101?
That's what it was, MF. See? That was the interview I was talking about, that Tidrow wanted Sabian to come up there, but if we get to that point where you're coming up here, it's going to raise a flag, and then everyone would have wondered what's going on here. Why is Sabian coming to watch Lincecum?
If I'm Sabian, man, I'd put one of those kind of what was the guy's name? What were those 2 characters in that movie? Well, wasn't Beavis and Butthead. What was the movie that guy say, hey, he had the long hair and the glasses, and the 2 guys are just, oh gosh, I can't think.
With Keanu Reeves going back.
No, it's an older movie. These guys are just, but I would go incognito if I'm Sabian. Put kind of long hair, mustache, just put a hat on, go out there and just watch the game like you're just a fan.
Sabian go in there, sneak into the San Francisco War Room and just talk to these. Yeah, there's some. I can't wait for the book to come out for that because something weird happened there.
Let's see.
It doesn't make sense why Sabian would just get up and leave.
But see, it's like Timmy was so dominant in college, but he still lasted till 10 because a lot of people were questioning his.
Yep.
Here's
his
a little bit
motion
of
and his size. Thank God he lasted till 10.
Eugene won 5-4. McRae, I always want to call him Scooter McRae or Rodney McRae.
Birdsong had a good outing.
Hey, that's my boy.
2 for 4.
I'm all in on McRae.
2 for 4. McRae, a double. Arbach hit a home run. Ortega went 1 for 4 with 2 ribbies. Torabito, that's a guy that has some potential. Donovan Walton is down at A ball.
Dan, you're looking at the wrong box score. They lost today.
Which day am I? Oh, Saturday. Okay. Well, we're looking at Saturday. All right.
I was going to say they lost. Birdsong had a good outing, but they lost.
What is how bad was that trade that Donovan Walton is in A ball? A ball. Can you say A ball? He's an A ball? And you traded him for Prelander Baroa because you thought he was a guy that you could fit and he played for the Giants last year. He was up with the Giants. And now he's down in A-ball playoffs. What's the guy? How did the guy come up from AAA and then he was up with the Mariners a little bit at times, and then he comes to the Giants. Giants play him like he's, the next great thing. He's stinking down in A-ball. How do you go that low?
What ball was that?
A-ball. How do you go from the majors? I mean, is this a rehab assignment, or is he just is he falling that far off that's crazy.
I think Hunter Bishop will be in A-ball pretty soon, the way he's going.
Maybe he's he's going to have to start there. Yeah. He's going to have to start probably at San Jose and work himself up.
Damn.
But Donnie Walton, there he is. He's hitting 250 in A-ball.
How about Papirski? Was it? I think he's at the AAA club at the Phillies, wasn't he?
I don't know. Yeah, I think he's selling cotton candy somewhere.
Selling cotton candy. Got your cotton candy here.
Hey, Papirski. Papirski, Michael Papirski. Get your cotton candy.
Man, those minor league ball players, they grind. Not these not these high round draft picks, but I mean the other kids that are
tough
down
to
there.
Make it. Look at all these guys that draft. I mean, Segusti, the catcher who was in the fall league, went 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs today. Had a
Roku, man. Eldridge's baseball exploits. Stories like him launching 3 home runs in a game at 10-year-old and throwing harder as a 10-year-old than any 13-year-old in the nation.
There you go. There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Did you go as far as Did you go as low as checking San Jose today too?
Yeah, I checked San Jose. They lost.
Oh man, you're a degenerate.
I know. I was just seeing what was going on.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
I haven't seen. Are they slow rolling Crawford? Because he's only got I think 11 innings pitched, something like that. I guess they're slow rolling him up.
Reggie?
Yeah, Reggie Brandon? Crawford. Reggie. Yeah, exactly.
Is it Wade Meckler, the guy that's hitting like 390 at AA?
Yeah, he's down to 353. Down. He's down.
He sucks. Send him down. Back to
get rid of him.
Send him back to Eugene. Yeah. Can't hit 353 in the AA. That's weak.
Can't have it.
I'm just thinking from the mental point of view. If you're a 19, 20-year-old kid and you're doing everything the organization asks you to do, you're just either hitting the shit out of the ball or you're striking everybody out. Your ERA is tiny, and you don't get promoted week after week, month after month.
Hey, real quick, hell of this and hell of that.
That's tough.
What do you like about Bryce Eldridge and Walker Martin? What is it that you like about them that makes it a really good
Yeah,
pick?
Hiroki says maybe it's one of the home runs that was rumored to have gone over 600 feet. I love those rumors. Over 600 feet. Hey, maybe it went over 5. That would be impressive enough.
The upside. Real quick, what do you see in the upside in both of those guys? I just want to hear what people think.
The 2006 draft had Evan Longoria at
Kershaw,
3.
Lincecum, Scherzer. Wow,
that's
a hell of a draft.
Yeah. Okay. What's the hilarious story from the Washington Post? The home run? Is that it, Hiroki? I'll pull up. Let me see if I can. Nice.
Yeah, I know, AB. I got him on my fantasy team. He's killing me. Fucking Scherzer.
Huh. Yeah, he's like what, mid-40s. I mean, he can't.
He's like 39. Verlander's 40. And they still gave him $42 million each.
They call they've been called Eldridge the white. What do they call American Ohtani, not the white.
American Ohtani.
I'm sorry. Oh shoot. Wait. Okay. Free article.
Maybe he's gonna be a white shit, or no? What'd you say? A red shit? It's gonna be a red shit year.
Not American.
Me,
not American graffiti, but American Ohtani.
What?
Hey, I forgot about Richie Sexton. That's a good analogy. He was 6'7".
Which is the Washington Post? Is there a Washington Times?
Well, yes, the Times and the Post. Just like the same thing in New York. The Times
New York
and the Post.
Okay, so the Washington Post is more like the New York Times, right?
Yes, and it's vice versa. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah,
that's all I need to know to not subscribe. If it was like the New York Post, I would say, okay, I'll take a look at it, but not if you're going to give me this propaganda crap.
Ted Mosby has a long question for us.
Let's see what we got here. So low, Sarek and Dan. Now that the first half is over, here we go. All right. What's the top strengths and top weaknesses from the Giants you see, and how would you address the weaknesses?
Is that article showing, by the way?
Yes, it is.
All right. Let me read this because Hiroki said this is pretty funny. So we'll get to this question right after this. A 6'8". Okay, so we've stretched him to 6'8". Yeah, that sounds like the New York Times.
Or you mean Washington Post?
Yeah, well, same thing.
Same thing.
Right?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Same.
Okay, it's 6'8". Now Eldridge doesn't exactly duck the attention. So okay, who throws 97? Okay, from 95 to now he's up to 97. Okay, I see how you do it. The spectacle has become routine for Eldridge, who has sat opposite executives from 28 Major League Baseball's 30 teams. That is, so 28 teams came to his kitchen table. I wonder if Farhan that's where he got his belly. Eating at the Eldridge's all the last 3 months.
Eldridge's table.
He's been at the Eldridge's table for 3 months trying to get this guy.
Yeah, he's been there too.
Hey, sure, I'll eat that chicken potpourri for you.
Hey, can you pass over that mashed potato?
Yeah. You mad? I was just going to say the same thing. Give me those mad. Hey, are we?
Oh my God, dude.
We're having. We're having vegan tonight.
The show
man.
just went off the rails. Oh my God. I mean, that could have fitted perfect. Oh, damn, man.
Okay. And it's like Forrest says, boy, Mrs. you make a really nice taco.
Damn.
Oh man. Oh golly, man. Did you hear the beginning of this, Los? So
I had to go to the can real quick.
So Danny's reading this, and it said 28 of the 30 major league owners, or what is it, scouts, were at the kitchen table of the Eldridges. And then we know where Farhan got that boiler from. He's been sitting at that table too many times.
Oh man.
Oh boy, we're having chili tonight, Mrs. Eldridge. Chili. Well, if your son will sign with us, if we take him, I'll go ahead and take the chili. But I got to tell you, it doesn't settle well with you. It's nothing against you, Mrs. Eldridge.
Oh my God. Look at Derek and Denver gets in a glass. That's in the back of her class. Los is the kid. I was serious. I'm trying to get work done.
No, actually, it's the opposite. I was the clown in my class. I always got in trouble. But...
Oh my God, man.
Eddie.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Stomach's hurting.
Oh man. Poor Farhan, man.
Why, when Farhan, if you notice, when they got ready to draft him, you notice he went and walked away because it was like it reminded of a Mrs. Eldridge cooking.
Oh man. Oh man.
Jeez. All right, just a little.
Hey, you might want to go back. I think Ted had a question like 5 minutes ago. You might want to answer.
I know. I was.
Like, I was just on the elevator at the Grand Californian watching your show. Oh my God! I hope no one else is in the elevator with you. What the hell are you listening to? Oh man!
Oh
great.
man!
Hey, please,
Will Martinez says, "Los, what the hell am I doing here on Sunday night?"
Hey, please don't watch this show if you're at a funeral or at a wedding or at church. Please.
Oh man, dude.
Definitely
turn the mute on.
Look at that comment.
Man.
Look at that comment on the board, on the screen.
Definitely Farhan.
Farton. So let me go back to this article and we'll get to this question. I wanted to read this law separating lore from reality.
Come on.
They say when he was in 8th grade, he threw faster than any 13-year-old in the country. They compare his home runs to rockets. They say several years ago, one of his walk-off shots traveled to the Vienna water tower more than 600 feet from home plate.
Come on, man.
Oh, so okay.
So Horoku was actually being truthful.
No, yeah, that's why I looked it up. The whole comparison yet is pretty cool. Eldridge said he's the only guy talking about Ohtani. His nickname is the American Ohtani. Game steam this past summer. It serves as fuel, not pressure. The whole comparison, yeah, it's pretty cool. Eldridge said he's the only guy who's been able to do it in the league at a high level. He proved it was possible. I'm going to keep doing it both until someone makes me drop the glove or the bat. On this evening, not one of Eldridge's best performances. His gift is undeniable. He's nursing an ankle injury. His only tops out at 94 during the district bout against Chantilly. Ooh. Okay, so we'll move through that. He's a big guy.
Big dude.
Oh, his mother. Wait, this is far from realized version. His mother, Beth Kenny, said she looked like Eldridge. Mitch, he lacked full command of his limbs. Still, he threw an accurate 85. Okay, this is kind of. Well, he's a big guy. Definitely looks. Doesn't look. It looks like he's pretty athletic to me for. In 21, a tree fell on his house. Oh gosh. Anything of significance in here?
Oh man.
Oh gosh, that was too much. Okay, let's get to the question.
Oh yeah, where were we? Let's back up here. Hold on.
Ted Mosby.
Weaknesses and strengths. Here we go. Before we went a little bit sideways there.
What's to top strengths and top weaknesses from the Giants you see, and how would you address the weaknesses? Okay, who wants to go first?
Go for it, Los. We're having too much fun over here.
Oh gosh, stomach hurts.
The serious one will now answer this question. Yeah, right. Will you got to know me better than that? But well, the weaknesses are the starting pitching. Thank you.
Oh,
they have two legitimate starters and a bunch of guys that go 3 or 4 innings, and they have to go to bullpen games, and that's just not going to. You're not a serious contender if you have to do that. So.
What the fuck happened? What is he doing over there?
I just started thinking about that whole dinner table.
We're trying to be serious here.
I know.
Hey, Ted, I'm trying, man. I'm trying to answer this question. Starting pitching is the weakness. The strengths are their bullpen.
Yep.
That's what I see. The lineup is up and down. It's in somewhere in the middle. The lineup is a C+.
Is the best way to talk about the lineup. Yeah. It's inconsistent.
If we're grading, the starting rotation is a C-. The lineup is a C+, and the bullpen is a A-, B+. So there you go. You guys take it over. Strengths and weaknesses. Good luck, man.
Okay.
Comedy Central.
Mark's dying over there. Well, we know the strengthnesses of this channel.
All right. Here's the strength. Strength is the top of the rotation of the 1-2.
Yeah.
Webb and Cobb. Consistent, keep you in ball games. And it's as decent, or as I don't know if that's the right word. It's as quality as almost any 1-2 in the National League. There's others that are up there. You know, the Braves got a couple. I mean, I think it's better than the Dodgers. Dodgers don't really have.
Oh yeah.
You know, with Kershaw out, especially with Kershaw in there, he's solid, but they haven't had much pitching. Arizona's got Gallen and Kelly, but Kelly's out. So I think that's a strength. I think their bullpen is a strength, especially the back end. When you get to the Rogers, 7th, 8th, and Duvall, and then when you get Brebbia back and you get Luke Jackson back, I think it makes a huge difference for that. So the weakness is 3 through 5 in the starting rotation. That is a big weakness, and I think Harrison can help shore that up in August. And maybe you get a combination of Wood and Stripling giving you serviceable spots at 4 and 5 that can not get you blown out of a game, but keep you in it. The problem is if those guys come in and pitch 5 innings and give up 3 or 4 runs, the Giants right now can't score 3 runs. So it's the biggest weakness on the team right now is they're not hitting the ball. They're not driving the ball. They're just, there's a lot of holes in that lineup. And they need to shore it up. They need some right-handed pop. I liked your idea of Nico Horner, Los. I just don't think he's probably available. Wasn't he a free agent pickup for the Cubs?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember. Either they extended him or something like that. I can't remember.
Or however they got him. But anyway, I think that's kind of the
he's a top of the order guy too. He's got speed.
He wasn't drafted that long ago. I saw his name pop up tonight was he Arizona State or Arizona? Nico Horner.
Not sure if he came from Arizona.
But it was 2018.
But he's pretty young, so.
But yeah, to kind of follow up on what you guys said. Oh man,
Spencer Stewart. I'll make Eric laugh a little bit.
And we got Senior again too. But yes, the strength of this team that's really kept it in the first half has been the bullpen. But here on the same note, though,
hey, Senior, where's Senior at now?
He's in Disneyland
now in the Salt at
Salt
in
and
line
Straw.
at Salt.
I think it's Salt and Straw. I think that's what
There's no way Disneyland is open this late, is it?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. What are you talking about? Summertime? It's probably open till 1 o'clock. And real quick, man, I'm disappointed, Senior. You're supposed to be in there until that place closes down. You're a true Disney fan. I'm just messing with you. But anyways, yeah, the bullpen was the strength in the first half. But the issue I'm having is at what detriment, was it being able to stay as strong as it was because of the use? I'm worried about that second half. And this kind of leads into my second part of this is the starting pitching needs to be improved in the second half, because otherwise you're going to keep blowing up the pen at the most inopportune time. Because when you start getting into August and September, I know I've said this a million times, that's when guys start getting weak. The arms get tired, especially with these bullpen arms, and you keep throwing them out there, even though they're throwing out those, the history of guys who could go deep, but they're kind of getting acclimatized to going out only a few innings. The more you use them, the more they're going to start wearing down. So rectify that starting pitching issue. But I mean, that's not the only, they can't stop there. They're going to have to make some other moves as far as solidifying that lineup as well.
Yeah. I'm I'm thinking that there'll be changes and there'll be injuries, but let's say they were making the playoffs. Here's how I would put the roster. I'll start with the starting pitching. I'm going to go Webb and Cobb and Harrison. And I think that's 3. What's so funny?
Oh, I think what Eric said.
No, what Will Martinez said.
Oh,
he was listening to this show coming back in the car, and the kids started laughing when we were partying, but his wife got pissed off. Hey, I can relate. I can relate. If my wife heard that, she'd be like, "Honey, what
Oh
kind of
man.
show are you on, man?"
Yeah, I know.
Oh, my wife would rip me a new one.
Oh my God.
Senior.
I'm sure Dan's would too.
Woo. Damn, you
Oh.
dad turned it down.
I just visualized that car ride, man, and the wife just going, "What the?"
What kind of
Oh,
clown is running?
it's, I think Senior, he's yeah. So I have to say this loud. Hey, Anaheim, you're losing Ohtani. Ha!
All right, so here's the here's my playoff roster if the Giants were to make it as of today. Eric, wait, I got to come up with 12 pitchers. I'm going to go. I'm going Webb and Cobb, Harrison 3, Wood 4, Stripling 5. Okay. My bullpen is 2 Rogers brothers, 2. I'm going to go with more traditional bullpen guys that get you through. Okay. So I got the Rogers. I want to just kind of see if what this would look like. Rogers, Duvall, Brebbia, Jackson. Who else is in that bullpen?
Let's see.
Oh, Alexander.
Did you say Brebbia?
Yeah. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need one more bullpen guy, and I'm either going to carry. It's between Junis, Mania, and Walker. Who are you carrying?
Oh wow.
Or Keaton Wynn. There's another one, but because you really don't need 5 starters in a
No.
full starters. But I do have 5 in there with Stripling and Wood and Harrison and Cobb and Wood. So when you get down to that, you look and you're going to say, okay, the 2 Rogers brothers are going to be in there. Duvall's definitely in there, and then Brebbia is definitely in there, and probably Luke Jackson. And you're going to want a second lefty, for the situations. So you got to have Alexander and Taylor Rogers as your 2 lefties in the pen. So you get down to it, and you got 3 people. One of them's, I don't think you need that many. Don't you think you can get by with 12 in the bullpen in a? 7 guys in the bullpen.
You talking about in a playoff series?
Yeah, in a 5-game series, because you can change.
You would think so.
You could change each round. So that's kind of. And then my roster, I'm carrying 14. And then I'm going with Bailey and Sable, and if I'm going to go Conforto and Crawford and Davis, and Estrada and Flores. How many do I got? I need 14. Count that. Bailey, Conforto, Crawford 3, Davis 4. Estrada 5, Flores 6. Assuming he's on the team. Peterson 7. Casey Schmidt 8. Lamont Wade 9. Mike Yastrzemski 10. So now I can carry 4 more. I can go
Sable.
I already had Sable. I can go Bart.
Okay.
If you want to have.
I like that.
So there's 11. And you could go Matos 12. And I forgot Slater. I passed him 13. And if you wanted one more, you could go like if you wanted some speed, you could in defense, you could go Bryce Johnson, something like that. You could even stick, as says on there, you could stick Luciano on there if you wanted to, if he was hitting at the end of the year. Or Haniger could be back. So if Haniger's back, he'll be on there. So it's
here's another question I just thought about when you said you're starting to do a roster for a playoff run. How many high leverage relievers do the Giants have in the bullpen right now? True high leverage pitchers.
3.
Who are they?
The Rogers, both of them. And
do you think both Rogers? Do you think Taylor is high leverage?
Yeah, he's worked him.
I was going to say
4 when Brebbia comes back.
Yeah, but they don't use them as a high leverage. That's the problem.
They should.
They should. Because I'm going to tell you, when it gets into a playoff situation, it's not about eating innings no more. It's about having those high leverage guys in high stress situations to get out of jams.
I think Tyler Rogers pitched really well this year.
Tyler and Doval, I would say, are your high leverage guys. And it kind of
but Taylor's pitched really well since he had that meltdown where he threw his glove away.
Yeah, he's I don't know. He's had a couple of he's gotten through them, but he's had a couple of iffies. But I don't know. We'll have to see, because in the playoffs, you need those high leverage arms.
So the way I just described the bullpen. I mean, do you want to take a Manaea over a Alexander or a Manaea over a Luke Jackson?
Luke Jackson was pitching awesome before he got hurt.
I mean, Rogers, Duvall, that's 3. Brebbia, Jackson, Alexander, that's 6. And then I'm saying it's typically in the playoffs, you go an inning or 2. You might want a guy that can eat up a couple of innings, but you have the 5th starter if you've got Stripling and Wood and Harrison and Cobb and Webb.
Well, usually when they get to playoffs, it's like a 3 or 4 man rotation at that point.
It's a 4-man. So, but if you carry one long guy, which would either be Wood or Stripling,
he'd be the 5th.
And then you got your long guy, then you need those short guys that are used to coming in and either to do 1 inning or come in the middle of an inning, with like men on base, guys that are used to that. So it'll be interesting to see that they may, even though they're hurting for starting pitching, they may trade out of their excess to get more true guys that can pitch it, or either a true starter or a bullpen guy. I mean,
trading the quantity for one quality, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and make a.
There we go.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and make a bold prediction that one of our young guys down in the farm system, Black, Wisenhunt, or Harrison's going to come up, and they're going to do real well where they can't send them back down. They're going to be a solid 3
And
starter.
you know what?
I don't know which one.
That futures game, Wisenhunt might be on the fast track.
One of them is going to come up, and he's going to pitch so well, they're going to say, we can't send them back down. And that means Manaea or DeScalfini or Jacob Junis.
DeScalfani. You notice I didn't even put him on the playoff roster.
Manaea shouldn't even be on the roster.
No.
Realistically.
I mean,
and Jacob Junis, what's he doing? I mean, let's cut the excess of fat.
Forget the Mark Hope donates $5. Thank you, Mark.
Appreciate it.
Eric, fantastic point. I feel like Duvall is the only high leverage guy the Giants team currently constructed is not ready for the playoffs. Yeah, they definitely need help.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's why I wanted them to go get Chapman. Gosh, having Chapman, we talked about that. It links into your game to where your starter doesn't have to go quite as long, because now, I mean, I'd be happy with Tyler. Tyler's doing okay.
Well,
you got Chapman and then Doval.
You got a very aggressive GM down in Texas.
Yep.
And he jumped and he pulled the trigger knowing that Chapman was going to be
highly sought after.
So
he beat everybody to the punch.
And that's what I keep telling Farhan I would do. I mean, that's why, when I was talking the other night about Ohtani, I would just beat everybody to the punch and give the highest offer that you can imagine giving and saying, hey, this is how far we're willing to go. We know we're over bidding, but we're not going to get into a bidding war, and that's why we're starting here. And we'd love to have you here. You've met with us. You sound like, do you want to be here? Would you like to be a Giant? If he says yes, when I meet with him, you want to be a Giant? This is what we can do. This is the winningest franchise in all of baseball history. You can say you can go to the Dodgers. Last time they won a real World Series was 1988. Okay. We don't count 60 game season as a true World Series. We've won 3 of them. The city will come out and support you. You will be the man, the star, and this is what we're going to offer you. And then I would just put it so high that it's like, I'm going 75-7, 525. I'm taking 7-year gamble, figuring hopefully I'll get at least 4 or 5 decent years out of that. And like Ned said, I'll give him an opt-out. Ned said after 5, I'd even give him an opt-out after 4 and say, you can opt out after 4 years if you're not happy here. I get 4 good years of Ohtani. I get some excitement. I hope I get a World Series championship in that 4 years because I'm getting him in his prime. And I got all these young guys that are going to be maturing and playing. And I can sign some other free agents because I'm offloading a ton of other salary that is not going to be on the books, And so my $75 million, I still got another $150 million to go before I even go over the cap. And I got all these young guys that are making, major league minimums. So I got a young roster, and then I got some other free agents sprinkled in that are making 8, 10, 12, 15 million. I got Logan Webb up there. Heck. And then I say, here's my offer. And if you're interested, we'll leave it on the table for 3 or 4 days. If we haven't heard from you at that point, we'll just assume that, no hard feelings, but that you'd rather not be a Giant. You'd rather be somewhere else. Leave it at that.
Would you do that, Eric?
No.
I wouldn't either.
Unfortunately, I'd rather go after those 2 guys that are getting ready to get posted. I just don't think Farhan has it in him. If he had an aggressive,
I don't know if he does, but the ownership does.
Yeah, and maybe that's who.
And they're the ones that are going to make that pitch, and they want Ohtani because this franchise has. I mean, they want the place sold out. They want the place packed like it used to be, and they need some excitement.
See, and that's what makes no sense of why the owner would come out and say that Farhan, we've been happy with Farhan, and we're going to sign him long term if we can. Because that's not because Farhan's not going to do that.
Would the place be sold out if Ohtani comes and they're a 500 team still?
Probably not. But I don't see them being a 500 team if they've got all this pitching that they're holding on to, and they got young guys like Schmidt and Matos and Bailey and maybe Ramos and Von Brown and Luciano. I mean, if you got those guys that are coming up and supplementing with, and then you can go out and supplement with a couple of outfielders here and there that are free agents, sign them to a 1 or 2 year deal max. That's how you can not keep these huge salaries on your books. And if you don't sign them to 10 years, I wouldn't do 10 years with Ohtani. I wouldn't, and the only reason I say 75, I mean, maybe 60 million a year gets it done, but if you can get him for 60, if nobody's going over 50 and you can get him at 60, do it. I'm just saying, if you're getting into a bidding war, the problem is last year with Judge, they went 40 million for 9 years, right? Isn't that what they offered? Yeah. Wait.
360, right? Yeah. 360.
Yeah. 40 times 9 is 360. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's where they knew that the Yankees would probably match that. See what I'm saying? Do you think the Yankees would have matched that if they went 50 and 9? I mean, I don't think they should have, but do you think? See, if you really want somebody, you got to pay a little extra more than you're comfortable with. But if you think, because you're not going to win, if you're equal, if all things are equal, I think Ohtani goes somewhere else. Unless you get down to him in a meeting and say, look, if we are the highest bidder, do we have your word that you're coming here? If we're, a dollar over what the highest bid is, whether that's long-term or AAV, because if you don't want to be here, it doesn't matter if we offer you the moon, but if you feel like you can get an Ohtani and you don't have to pay like crazy amount of money and you just pay what the market's the best, what the top of the market is offering, and he's committed to coming to San Francisco just because he wants to play in San Francisco, that's what you first got to find out is, are you serious about, would you really want to play here? Because if not,
what I'm
it looked
afraid
like Aaron
of,
Judge was jerking the Giants around.
And you know what? I think Ohtani may just do the same thing. He knows that the Giants are starving. He sees what's going on.
That's why
Judge. And I think he's going to use the Giants as leverage to get him to go where he wants to go.
As always.
Yeah.
Well,
as
that's
always.
why
The Giants are always used as leverage.
That's why I say, here's your 75 million or 60, 7 years, 525 million commitment. You can work around that when you have a young club, and the Giants definitely can afford it because they've got the ballpark paid for and the season tickets would jump through the moon. So you just offer that and you don't leave it out there forever. And
I agree. You know what? And I understand what you're saying. The only thing I'm just worried about is, he's going to say, I want to be a Giant. Yeah. You can say everything you want to say.
Fine. Offer him that, throw drop a rumor out there to, Jeff Passan. I understand. This is Jeff Passan, Jeff Passan. Let me do my Jeff Passan impression, because I saw him tonight. And I saw him at the winter meetings. The guy's like 5 foot tall. Okay. Hey, everybody. Jeff Passan here for ESPN. And he stands on a block at the winter meetings. He's standing. He's so small.
Kidding.
Yeah. They put him, they bring a little block.
Step
stool. And he does his interviews. If you notice tonight when they were interviewing, they shot him from head down,
looking down.
Yeah,
and you saw it.
Yeah, I saw it, and I was cracking up, and I saw someone on the stage laughing a little bit too in the set because they know.
I think I met him at the Padres facility. He's a small dude.
Yeah, I'm serious. He looks like he's. So that's what I would do. I would just throw the offer out there. Maybe you give him 3 or 4 days or a week, or maybe you don't even maybe you just let it hang out there. And then if the Dodgers get him, drive up the price for the Dodgers. So if he's never going to come to you, the one thing you may have accomplished is you hurt your competitor for having him sign with such a major deal. So anyway, but I do like your idea of Murakami and the other and
Sasaki,
and Sasaki and Suzuki and Honda. I'll take them all.
Yeah, why not? You know what I'm saying? Because now you're paying. I mean, goodness, how much do they? What was it? Not what's his name? Oh, for the Cubs, Suzuki and Singa. They both signed $75 million for 5 years.
Suzuki, that's not a bad. Did you ever have a Suzuki?
No, never had a Suzuki.
I've had a Honda and a Toyota,
but
and a Nissan.
I'm thinking that Murakami and Sasaki, maybe they go $100 million, but that's $200 million for 2 players.
Oh, I don't think you have to go
for 5 years.
$100 million, like 5 years, $20 million each.
I bet you.
That wouldn't be a bad. Hey, I would love that. I mean,
so that's $200 million for 2 players, or $525 million for 1 player.
Right.
I mean,
and one player rarely makes that big of a difference.
Maybe you don't need the.
I don't think the Giants would necessarily.
The two-way Japanese star. You got the American Ohtani now.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
But those two, man, they showed it in the WBC. They can do it. So
I just see what the Padres are doing with 4 studs: Soto, Tatis, Machado, Bogarts. 4 studs, maxed out at the time, and baseball's about.
Plus,
chemistry.
they got Darvish and Blake Snell that they're paying too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Ohtani comes here. He's at $75 million a year. The next highest, probably Jock will be gone. The next highest paid guy will be probably 10 million, 12 million, something like that. I don't think there would be great chemistry.
One of the things I do worry about with Ohtani, though, is that he's going to be he's 29 now, I think. He's going to be
he's going to be 30.
He'll be 30, and then if you get too many years under him, you get him. Things start breaking down. You never know.
Yep. Yep.
So, well, we're going to have we'll do a show.
When Ned comes on, we'll ask him again.
Yeah, we'll do some shows this week. We're gonna end this show right now here when Eric gets back. We've been going an hour and 43 minutes. Second show of the day. It's enough. And but we'll do some more shows. I think we'll have Jeff Young back on this week. We'll talk to Jeff about the draft picks of the Giants. We'll talk about what the Giants need to do in the second half. What type of trades could the Giants be making? What kind of rumors are going around? They should start flying here really soon. In more intensity, they'll pick up and let me just check something out real quick here. See what MLB Trade Rumors is saying. Senior, I could care less if Foe makes money off jerseys and butts and seats. Okay. Let's see. All right. So, everything come out okay, Eric?
Yeah, everything good.
Good.
Oh, my God. You guys about ready to close this down, man? We've been going like 5 hours.
Well, that's what we just said when you were gone. We were going to close it when you get back.
All right, cool.
I was just telling you, everybody, that we're going to have Jeff Young on here this week.
Oh, you got Jeff again?
Yeah, we'll have Jeff on, and we'll discuss the Giants, what the draft, how they look for the stretch drive, the final 70 games, what kind of rumors are out there, and so we'll check it all out this week. I would think we'll come on Tuesday after the All-Star game tomorrow. When I checked ESPN, who was starting tomorrow, it said to be determined, so I'm not sure if we're coming on or not. It might be a bullpen game tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
A starter.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think I said something about maybe Crawford going to come out there and be an opener, maybe.
Yeah, Brandon.
Yeah. Why not?
So anyway, we'll see. I don't think we'll come on tomorrow. Might just be a night off. But we'll look at Tuesday after the All-Star game, somewhere around 8:30 we'll come on. And, not to discuss the All-Star game because as Haruku says, nobody cares.
Yeah.
I certainly don't. I'll check in to see how Cobb and Duvall do if getting into the game. Hopefully the National League has a
God, when was
one-run.
the last time they won?
Yeah. Hopefully they have like a one-run lead and they bring in Duvall to close it in the ninth.
Nice.
I'd hate to see him not, I hate to see him blow it. I remember Atlee Hammaker in an All-Star game got rocked. And Floyd, he never was the same. But for Eric, for Los, for Farhan, for Eddie, everybody have a good night. We'll see you. Hit like on this again. Hit subscribe. Hit the like button. Put that music back on. Or do we have one?
What?
We're good.
There we go. We'll see.
Like, don't smell.
Yeah. What do you guys? We'll see you probably Tuesday night after the All-Star game, everybody. Till then, have a
See
good
ya.
one.